Go on, farmers.
Please read the section of the Constitution.
Thank you. We'll read Zeti. Eddie, come in.
I'm talking to Hannibal so that he can find Bella and become a moderator here so that we can reference to him.
Call him on his number. Eddie, come in.
Thank you.
Why do you want me to have Hannibal's number? It's good. If I have people's numbers.
Eddie, come in.
Thank you so much, Farmers Dot. All right. So you see, guys, it's okay. It's okay for us not to agree on one thing, but it's very bad when someone is having a problem for someone to express how he or she is feeling of certain things. Right? There is one thing that I've noticed with everyone that supports ZANU-PF or someone or everyone who is part of ZANU-PF. They have a problem when citizens wants to demonstrate or wants to express how they are feeling. They have a problem. But when we are being bullied around, we just crying from the inside. Where is the problem when I am saying I'm not okay with you extending your term? What's wrong with that? Which law am I going against when I say I'm not okay with the term extension of the president, or you taking away my right to vote for someone that I want to be on a certain position? Where is my problem there? So this is the thing, guys. We don't have a problem with you supporting ZANU-PF. That's still okay. That's still fine. But don't have a problem with us when we say we are not okay with your actions, because we are not okay with your action. I was a bit disappointed with the honorable just spoke. Is it Ubuiti or something like that? I don't know. But angazi ukuthi uyazi in a situation yaseMpilo Hospital. It's not looking good. Nikuzwile ukhuluma isibhedlela. We cannot have a name just ukuthi sineMpilo Hospital when inside there is nothing. There is nothing at all from the system up until to the last dot of Mpilo Hospital. We have nothing. But you are here, bro. You are talking. Is in esibhedlela sinani. The current situation in Mpilo Hospital, I cars. Where is Mpilo Hospital? Mad side. And then you hear someone coming up here and say, no, this government is only for this certain group. But that is not right, guys. The same way we don't have problem with you supporting your party, allow us also to express how we are feeling. That's all we are asking for. We're not asking you to be part of us. Coach, we are not saying you must agree with me. No, it's okay for you to believe whatever you believe in. But don't come here and act somehow like you are the big one now. That's because you believe that Bill Amendment 3 is correct. It's correct to you, sure, but it's not correct to us. It is my right to vote for whoever I want. Don't take that away from me. The problem we have with you guys, as much as you would call this a debate, but whenever you're forcing in, you guys, you always want to put it in a way as if like you are the ones who are always right. Everything has to revoke around you. Citizens, if they have something to say, it's a problem.
Eddie, so you want to vote? You believe voting can change things in Zimbabwe?
You on my time. Allow me to use my time, please. Allow me to use my time, brother. Thank you. The same way you guys believe that your so-called Bill Amendment 3 was done according to the book, whatever, allow us also to express how we are feeling. It's in the book, isn't it? We are allowed to demonstrate as long we are not beating anyone, as long we are not spreading violence, as long we are not using water. We are allowed to do that. So allow us also to express. Actually, you guys, you are employed by us. If you are ministers, we are your bosses. If we say we don't want you to do 1, 2, 3, we don't want that. We are your bosses as citizens. You listen to us. You don't do as you please. If you are a minister, you work for the people. You don't work for yourself. If you are in that office that is representing the people, you're not working for ZANU. So if the people are coming to you, what you can do as a minister or as someone that is working for the people, listen to the cry for the people. Listen to why people are complaining, why people are crying. A simple example right now. Can someone tell me why Zim passport is 5,000 rand? What are the benefits there? What is it that a Zim passport has that is different from other passports? Can you explain since you guys, you talk as if like ZANU-PF is doing so good. I would love whoever is coming next to answer us. Can you answer us what is so special, what is so beneficial that is inside the Zim passport that is making it the most expensive passport in South Africa?
Can I tell you, it's got something called a CAT. Other countries have got VAT. Zimbabwe has got corruption at the tax.
Thank you, Zeti. Coach, you can respond in 5 minutes.
Thank you so much.
When is my time? I've been here quiet.
My brother Eddie, I listen to you. I respect your views. I've always respected you, and you know it. Look, we do not have a problem with anyone marching against anybody in government. But the problem begins when people choose to ignore following proper procedures. What are the proper procedures? You go and inform authorities, in this case the police, that you are going to have a march on such a day, and the march is about this and that. You are going to be going maybe to hand over a memorandum to whoever, the streets are noted and stuff, and then preparations are done. You don't ask for permission, you go and inform. That's what our constitution says. That did not happen in this case, because people thought for some reason, no man, maybe it's not necessary. We are just going to do as we wish, which is not right. But the point of saying we disagree as human beings, there's no problem with that. It's okay. But the way now you want to take in your going to demonstrate is the one that we don't agree with. I will tell you this, my brother, and everybody else obviously on this platform. If let's say the organizers of this 31st, July march were allowed, it was going to set a very bad precedence to other demonstrations that are going to happen in Zimbabwe after, beyond the 31st, to say, laba bake bayenza ukuthi and abalandelanga umthetho nathi sokwenza sonza ngendlela yethu. You understand? Yikho nje ingeke ivunyelwe imashi kusasa. Hayi ngoba niyazondwa, hayi ngoba nifuna ukuncindezelwa, cha, ingoba nilandelanga imigomo nembandela. Okunye futhi, look at what you are marching against. You are marching against something that is constitutional. You are marching against something that even the opposition just ignored, challenging. Ngoba bazi kahle ukuthi they will not win this thing. Ngoba it happened legally. So what do? They push abantu, general people, to go in the forefront. Hambani your march. Angeke uzumbone leader opposition kusasa on the streets of Zimbabwe marching. You won't see them. They're busy drinking coffee and planning their businesses out there. They are part and parcel of abantu who agreed to this Cap 3, for your own information. Google, you see the figures, how people voted in parliament. Check on Google, you see ama responses wabantu. How many people said yes? How many people said no? You'll be shocked. More than 500,000 people said yes. Only 2,000, close to 3,000 said no. If you check from abantu who participated. So it's not true what abantu were not told about this. It was not open to the public. It's not true at all. And the amendment, it did not follow your normal referendum thing, because it was just that part that needed to be amended. And it was not by force to win the referendum. That's the reason why public consultation was done. And even if a referendum was done, I'm telling you right now, I can bet my last money. The majority were going to vote pro that. Because who doesn't know, ZANU-PF has got the majority. It's an organic grassroots part that has got the majority. If you wanted people to vote alongside party lines, it was still going to happen like that. You understand? So people should just understand that in that manner. Not to ZANU-PF wants to and stuff. We cannot do that to other Zimbabweans. But what we cannot agree again is for people just to have a blank check, because when abani right yokumasha nje noma into illegal because you have the right to march. No, guys, we just have to understand that if people want a change, they must do it in the right way. Right now, we have as Zimbabweans the power to even vote the majority abaku parliament ukuthi babe opposition ike isuke leyo ZANU-PF engayifuni. Why can't you do that? It's simple. Just have the majority abaku parliament lapana bebe opposition, then ZANU-PF is suffocated. Is that possible? No. We're talking about a party here that is in the grassroots, that cannot be shaken. I'm sorry, guys. You can call me whatever you want, but for those people who know what is good for them, please, tomorrow, stay away from those streets. Nizongibuza ningiphala ulimi nisho ukuthi ucoach kodwa usikhuzile izolo ntambama ngo-9:25. Ayingiyabonga.
Thank you.
Hanipa, please. Can you
Citizens,
we want to respond. We want to respond to what you said. You said things that are not
no,
true.
it's Chief's time.
But when are we going to respond to lies?
After Chief.
Why is it? No, why is it we can't rebut people?
After Chief.
Hannibal, what's going on? Why is it we can't rebut people?
Is it?
Chief?
Thank you. Thank you very much. No, I'm going to be brief. I need people to understand something that is very simple. One's right does not trump the other's right. Definitely true. If you feel some type of way about something, you voice it out. You have a conversation. Zimbabwe is not a banana republic whereby you can just feel like South Africans are doing it, so we do it. If you want to follow the South African way of living, stay in South Africa. If you want to come to Zimbabwe, you follow the Zimbabwean rule. We state and we make our rules as simple as that. And also, yes, you employ ZANU-PF as a people because they are public servants, definitely. But the laws are changing. Zimbabwe can change those laws. And if you feel like you do not want those laws, you can either go the legal way to change those laws, or we can vamoose. Look, we're not going to be emotionally blackmailed by some sob stories at the end of the day about how you feel like you're being oppressed. No one is being oppressed. We're just saying that do things and follow things the right way. At the end of the day, I'm sorry, I'm not here to be, I'll be honest with you. I think it's high time people be very, very firm and stand on business. I'm not going to try to defend and state or try to argue legal jargons and whatnot and all that for all I care. No. Zimbabwe for Zimbabweans that want to be Zimbabweans, and for those that want to challenge it, challenge it. You've got the right to challenge it. But don't emotionally blackmail us. Don't come up here and tell us sad stories. Look, if the world was fair, please explain to me how you glorify an individual that is worth $1 trillion. Give everyone in the whole world $1 trillion, and we're all trillions. How do you have millionaires whereby someone is worth 60 million in a country where there is where there's 17 million? Give everyone $1 million, and like that guy in South Africa, the world is not fair. At the end of the day, that's what it is. Somebody has to die. Somebody has to suffer. Somebody has to be rich. Somebody has to work hard. Somebody has to be lazy. Somebody has to be a maid. Somebody has to be a gardener. It's entirely up to you where you want to fit in. If you want to be a victim, go there. Fit in the victim corner. Sit there. You want to be a gardener? Go there. But when you fit there, don't try to come to me because I'm right there at the top and you want to make me feel bad. I'm not going to feel bad for you. I am emotionally dead inside because at the end of the day, like I said, Africa was not this whole democracy that you're crying for. It is someone that came into place and placed it on you. My time is very limited. I don't understand this. Same thing whereby in South Africa, where you're finding that Mzungu is being is the one that is an oppressor, and then you turn around and you want to fight other black people. Zimbabwe is the same. Yeah, you want to come and cry here about how hospitals are like this and all that. You forget that somebody sanctioned you, cut you off the International Monetary Fund, and cut you off there. But you want to fight someone else in Zimbabwe because you can't face those Mzungus that did this to Zimbabwe. Wake up.
Thank you, Chief. I'm going to drop the last speaker, Kambule. Kambule, sorry, I'm going to drop your bit. Can you bring up Savage? Yes, you're going to come in, Zeti. Can you bring up Savage Host? I think she's private. I can't see her request. She's been requesting. Zeti, you're going to have 5 minutes. Please stick to your time. There's other people. We really cannot be listening to you alone. You don't.
Guys, we are you are talking too much. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 ZANU-PF people and 2 opposition people. So, guys, irresponsible to be equal.
Please mute. Hannibal is speaking. Please mute.
Thank you very much, Farmers. Did this thing work? Yeah. Who is it?
Putting you to the ZANU-PF people, I'm going to walk you as well.
Just, Zeti, I'll give you 5 minutes. I just want to understand from the Zimbabweans here. Chief, did you guys actually read this document?
I did read the document. I read it. Yeah, I read it.
Okay. And you're happy with it?
Oh, of course I'm not happy with it. Of course I'm not happy with it.
Okay.
Completely. No, everything that 1 second. Everything that Zeti said with regards to the Constitution of Zimbabwe, there are parts of the Constitution of Zimbabwe that can easily be amended without a referendum, and there were parts that were protected there too. The presidential and the human rights. Those two Chief, are the ones that you can't. So I agree with Zeti.
No, yes. Chief, clause 2 of this document. This clause transfers responsibility for the registering voters, compiling the voters' roll, and maintaining the voters' roll, and registered from the Zimbabwean Electoral Commission to the Register General. So you're transferring the rights of managing votes to a ministry that's controlled by the government and the president, in fact.
South Africa has got the same system. Go read yours.
No.
No,
go read yours.
No, it's not the same system.
It does not say that.
Let me give you a time.
Yes, thank you. I said, Chief, I'm going to walk you now like your friends. We'll talk about it afterwards.
Okay, I'm gonna mute.
Where is the other coach nonsense? He's gone now. But oh well, you guys have to take his pain. Number 1, the CAB 3 court applications. CAB 3 is the largest court applications on a single matter in the history of Zimbabwe. The largest court applications on a single matter in the history of Zimbabwe. You've got over 80 court applications of MPs that turned around and put in. I think the number is about 80 to 100. That broke the law according to the application. That is being put together so that the courts can manage rather than turning around and dealing one court case at a time because of its volume. Number 2, the Constitutional Court received 3 applications. 2 they rejected, 1 they rejected, the other one they approved. The 2 they approved. They heard them and then they were scared to put a judgment on it, and then they sent it down to the lower courts. So you can't say that there is no court applications. These were done by opposition people or people that are opposing CAB 3. The applications are there for everyone to see. And for those that say there is no interpretation, go and read the Malaba's court case. Malaba's court case interprets the section of the Constitution called the term provision, a section that deals with section 328, subsection 7. The Constitutional Court interprets that section. And that section's interpretation is internationally recognized. It is not an interpretation that today it is this, tomorrow is something else. They even bring South Africa court case that turns around and interprets it like the Zimbabwean court interpreted. Yeah? In Malaba's court case. If you want, we can bring it up or tell Hannibal to look it up. It's there online, free to download. We can tell him which ways to search, and he searches him. And it's there. The interpretation comes and reads it for you because it's neutral. And then we can ask Hannibal again to read the section 328, subsection 7, what it says. It says that if you want to extend a term of office or a term limit provision of any, when a term limit provision, they're talking about a presidential term, a parliamentary term, and a councillor term, and anyone with a term. If you want to extend that, you need to turn around and have it in two separate constitutional bills. The two should not be in the same bill. What are the two things that should not be in the same bill? The extension of the term and the enjoyment of the extension of the term by the person that is currently residing on the office. You can extend it for the next person, but you can't extend it for yourself. For you to do that, you need to go through the people. Why do you need to go through the people? Because the people are the ones, it is called a doctrine. It's called basic structure doctrine. That's what holds the constitution. That's what holds any constitution in the world. Why is it called basic structure doctrine? Because the people that write the constitution are the people themselves. Then everyone else who finds themselves in office is employed by the people. So if they want to extend their own term in this contract, if Hannibal employs me to do his garden, like a Zimbabwean, and I say we are going to turn around and I'm going to do this garden for 4 months or 5 months, and in 5 months I'll finish, and Hannibal turns around and I go and change and say no, because I like South Africa, I want to do it for 10 months without telling Hannibal to sign it off. How is that? How is that normal? This is why it's called the basic structure doctrine. That the people that have turned around and employed you yourself cannot change your term of this contract. The length of time that you serve office without the people say so. This is why it says you go through parliament, you turn around and go through MPs, you vote on it, but that vote on it, even if you pass it, is nothing. It has to be ratified by the people. Maybe English is terrible for other people. It has to be confirmed by the people in a referendum. In a referendum. Hold on. So that the two things you have to turn around and do it in the referendum. One, extend the term limit provision, referendum. People have to turn around and come and say yes. The enjoyment, can I, as Z, enjoy the extension from 5 months, Hannibal, to 10 months? Hannibal will say yes or no, or I want to employ chief. Yeah? And what did they extend? They extended the presidential term. They extended the parliamentary term. They extended the councillors. Those are 2 seats in government. The president sits in the executive, a separate arm of government. The legislator sits in the legislature, a separate arm of the government. You can't extend those 2 things in one constitutional bill. Where in the Constitution of Zimbabwe says you can do it that way? Where? There's nothing that says that. This is why the whole process is unconstitutional, because the Constitution of Zimbabwe turns around and shows you how you extend the term limit provision. Again, because you are ZANU-PF, you are dumb. Your whole party is designed for you to be yes-men and yes-women. You do not read outside of tenders. Anything that ZANU-PF does, you clap hands. You don't think. You are zombies to the nation of Zimbabwe. You can't even read a simple constitutional bill, Section 328, subsection 7. You are zombies. As a Zimbabwean, hold on.
Thank you. We can hold on forever.
Let me, hold on. We're not going forever.
Savage, come in, please.
Dealing with 5 people.
We like our zombiness. We love being zombies. We love it.
Hi, everybody. Guys, let's respect the woman. Let's respect the lady. Savage, I'm gonna give you 7 minutes because you've been waiting for so long. Please use your time wisely. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I just wanted to say big up to my brother Eddie and Citizen Zeti. Thank you very much. So this is what I'm quickly going to say. There's so much that is happening in Zimbabwe. There is really so much that is happening in Zimbabwe. It's very sad that there are people that are benefiting from the system that is happening in Zimbabwe. And Zimbabwe belongs to everybody that lives in Zimbabwe. If we say as Zimbabweans, people are going to suffer, then a few elite people are going to benefit, then the word democracy does not exist in Zimbabwe. The reason why I'm saying this is because when we got independent in 1980, we said we're independent. We are a democratic state. What is democracy? Democracy states that we've got a right to vote, we've got a right to choose our leader. And then here, we've got people that come here on the panel and say, the march is illegal, you need this and that. If the government does not allow the citizens to demonstrate and state what is bothering them, then we're not yet democrats.
Right channels to do that.
Can you just shut up?
Hey,
Shut up.
there you go.
Can you just shut up? Shut up.
Hey, you're too
Can you just shut up?
calm. How do you
No,
tell the
shut up.
person to shut up?
No,
Chief,
you don't respect
can you mute
me.
your mic?
I was told to
Yeah,
use my
don't-
time. I was told
Chief,
to
don't
use my time,
mute your
and
mic,
that is what
please.
I'm doing. If you talk after, if you speak in my time, then I'll have a problem.
Guys, you
No.
can't speak to me like
Can you
that.
just
Who are
no?
you?
Listen, people.
Who
You've
are
been
you?
talking
You
to
have
people. Listen,
Chief,
can you
mute
just?
your mic, please?
Oh Lord,
Mute
you
your
really
mic.
need deliverance, young men, because I know
You
you're.
need to be a
No.
victim. And then you tell
Can
me
you
to
just
shut up and you
listen? Listening is a skill that you have not mastered, Chief. You don't have a listening
like a
skill.
victim.
Can you just
Calm
listen?
down.
Can you just listen? Because the
Calm
skill
down.
of listening is a skill that you have not mastered. You call yourself a chief, but what is a chief? A chief is somebody who is humble, listens to
Emotion.
the people. No. Shut up.
You don't tell
Shut
me
up.
to shut up.
No. I'm telling you to shut up.
Now you're not going
I'm
to talk
going
now.
to tell you to shut up.
Going to talk.
You will shut up. I will say you
I
will
will
shut
not.
up.
I will
You
not.
will shut up. You will
Yes, that's-
shut up. You will 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 shut up. Yes, sir.
But host, you are unfair because when Zeti was doing that, you didn't remove him. Now that it's chief, you gladly and easily remove him without even thinking twice.
No. I was told
No,
that
this
my
is a
time
woman.
will be
Wait,
respected, which is
There
7
was a
minutes.
time- there
My
was a
time,
when you were speaking.
my time was respected.
Okay.
And whatever, you're also
Wait,
disrespecting my time. You are
okay, everyone
Let us
wait.
continue.
Wait.
okay. I
Wait,
will keep
this is a
quiet, and my
woman.
7 minutes will start
This,
afresh.
guys, this is a woman, man. Chief, you don't do this to women. I am, man.
To tell me to shut
Woman.
up. Who the hell is she? No,
But
she
you-
can't.
Because you disrespected
I'm
my
speaking to
7
host.
minutes.
I'm speaking to host. I'm speaking to the host. Host, what? Listen here, host.
I was
Hold on.
given
Host,
7
host,
minutes.
host.
If
Here's
I
the
did-
problem.
Listen, I
One
was
cannot-
given
I'm
7
talking to the
minutes.
host. I'm talking to the
I
host.
was
I'm talking to
given
the
7
host.
minutes.
We'll talk
If I
after
had
the
spoken
shift.
before my 7
Yeah.
minutes, I was
Yeah,
going to
you
get
don't-
told.
Finish, we'll talk after.
Okay. Let's go
Should
back.
not be using-
Savage,
look,
wait.
people should
Okay, it's fine. People, let's keep it respectful. Savage, just keep it respectful.
I'll respect you, farmer's
Okay,
daughter.
guys,
Not that
let me
one.
tell you something,
I'm
guys.
going to.
If
Okay,
I've
Savage,
spoken,
wait.
if I've
Savage, wait. I'm gonna give you your 7 minutes back, guys. Let's not do this. Zeti, do you see how disruptive is you're leading everybody else to be disruptive? So let's
Oh,
stick to the
what did
time,
I say?
please.
What did I say?
Thank you. You've been unmuting. Savage, your 7 minutes.
thank you very much. The
If
reason why I don't.
He's a girl.
The reason why I'm not happy, I was given 7 minutes. I kept quiet when everybody was having their arguments or whatever. And I respected that time. Can please people respect my 7 minutes? If you speak in my 7 minutes, I'll be pissed off. So there's so much that is happening in Zimbabwe. What is independence? If we're saying we're independent, we have a right to march. What is our march? We are marching for what we are not happy with. If we look at the economy of Zimbabwe, there are people that are benefiting. There are people that are not benefiting. I'm saying the citizens should be heard. What is citizens? The people that vote. If the right for citizens to vote is taken away, then what are we? Are we a dictator state? Are we being like, come on, guys, let's just use our brains and say, we are people that stand with our word. Why people that say we're independent? There are people that say we gained our independence in 1980. But if you look at the border post, just Beitbridge border post, look at the potholes. What exactly is happening in Zimbabwe? The potholes. Mpilo hospitals. Ed was in the panel, I was talking about Mpilo Hospital. Mpilo Hospital is a mess. Parents, our old parents are even struggling to get proper medical care. And then we are saying Zimbabwe is doing well. Which Zimbabwe is doing well if the citizens of the country cannot benefit from the resources of the country? If citizens have to travel across the border for medical care? If citizens of the country are flooding other countries? How many Zimbabweans are all over the world? We're just talking about Zimbabweans, be it Ndebele, be it Shona. I'm not choosing tribes, but what I'm saying is, what is happening to the citizens of Zimbabwe? There are citizens of Zimbabwe who are even scared to go back to Zimbabwe because they do not have healthcare systems. How many Zimbabweans are in South Africa? If Zimbabwe was doing well, if you look at the situation that was happening in Cape Town, do you think that if everything is going well, what was the government when people were struggling in Cape Town, were standing outside the rains? People say they didn't want to go home. They didn't want to go home because there is no medical care. Private hospitals are expensive. To do a mere cataract surgery in Zimbabwe, it's 1,200 at Mater Day. Are we saying we're free Zimbabwe? Are we saying people are safe? Are we saying Zimbabwe is doing well? I'm just talking about the road infrastructure, the schools. There are children who go to school without school uniforms. There are children who learn under the trees. Look at the HIV infection rate in Zimbabwe. Children are hungry, they are selling themselves. Yes, people are saying people should respect themselves. But if you finish O-level and the system does not help you, we don't even have NSFAS in Zimbabwe. We don't have anything just to benefit our people. I am in Zimbabwe. I live in Zimbabwe. I'm a citizen of Zimbabwe. How long are we going to suffer? Our hospitals, I'm talking about where I come from. I live in Zimbabwe. I'm talking about Wabulawayo, lapha engibuya khona. Mele senzeni if ilizwe lethu lingasimeli. I'm not saying ukuthi umnankwaga or iZANU-PF. I'm saying if you are in charge, take care of your people, because this is a democratic state. This, we said we're independent. I emphasize on independence. So sibesilokhu sikhuluma and call other names. If ZANU-PF and what is
Chief, don't do that. Savage, please.
What have I done?
Chief, ungazosijwayela wena la sizelanga wena la.
Bruh, I don't know you. I don't speak Pantula, so shut up.
Ungazosijwayela. We didn't come here for you.
Guys, let's not do that.
Cry me a river, my friend. I don't know you. I'm not interested to know you.
You were defending them. Deal with them. I know they were your friends all this time. I know they were your friends. They were your friends. Deal with your friends. Deal with your friends. We are watching. Deal with your friends.
Zeti, mute. Kola, your 5 minutes.
Deal with your friends.
Kola, your 5 minutes starts now. Uncle Gray, you're going to come in after Kola.
Give them more time to abuse you.
Farmer's daughter. I need to take 5 minutes here, me Kola manje. Yeah, these people have been commenting so much about the political affairs of South Africa. Hey, it's about time, man, Farmer's daughter, we begin to comment about their political affairs. Farmer's daughter, until these people, especially these ones of ZANU-PF, they are able to be honest about Gukurahundi. And they can just be honest about Gukurahundi. Just go back to Gukurahundi and be honest about
tribalism. When I see tribalism, we're talking about it.
No.
Not even born then.
Uncle Gray, let's give him his time. After
don't worry. You don't have to protect me against these things. You don't have to protect me. I'm well capable of dealing with these things. Uyabona Zimbabwe, there's what you call ZAPU and ZANU-PF. ZAPU ilega Joshua Nkomo. It started around 1986-87. And then ZANU-PF started around 1967. Until you guys are able to be honest
about Kukura Hundi and what Robert Mugabe did to the people of Matabeleland, you will then be able to reflect. Yazi, when a farmer's daughter, there's something that I like. A mirror can be broken into 1,000 pieces, but it does not lose its ability to function in its purpose. It remains reflective even in the 1,000 pieces that it is. Until these people of Mashona land, Rutendo was here. Rutendo was here in South Africa. Joshua Maponga was here in South Africa. They were saying nothing about ZANU-PF. They were speaking about the political praxis of South Africa, and they were not saying anything about ZANU-PF. They were not saying anything about the fact that Robert Mugabe died in France. He did not even die in Zimbabwe. Their own former president.
My brother, please.
Wait. You will not talk over me. I promise you won't talk over me. They did not say anything about Robert Mugabe dying in France. He was so unpatriotic. He messed up that Zimbabwe to an extent that he did not die in the land that he was president and presiding over. He died in France. So until these people, they are able to speak the honest truth, we can't call them brave. What did Margaret Thatcher do to Zimbabwe that you are still in contestation about, even today, about the people of Mashona land believing that they are superior than the people of Matabele land? There is a man who is in prison right now today in Zimbabwe. He's saying, let us make the entire Zimbabwe function for Zimbabweans. You are glad as people of Mashona land to put that man in prison, who is speaking for the entire country. What did Margaret Thatcher do to you? You are still suffering. You are still suffering from colonial impacts of Margaret Thatcher. No, you are still suffering. When you can't say anything to me, you can't say anything to me because you are still suffering from the effects of Margaret Thatcher and what he did between Joshua Nkomo and Robert Mugabe and how he caused them to have a fallout. And how Margaret Thatcher separated Zimbabwe. You are a consequence of colonialism, and you don't even realize it. That's why even when Rutendo was in South Africa, he was a consequence of colonialism. He was advocating the atrocities that Mashona people are doing in Matabele people, and they are doing to Matabele people. And you said nothing about it. You are skinless cowards who are not brave enough to speak. And it is the precedence that Robert Mugabe set in his country. It's still perpetuated even today. You can't speak against the political atrocities. You can't speak against the political atrocities of ZANU-PF. You can't speak. There is a hospital in Matabele land called Josh. Wait, yeah, you can't tell me anything. This is a South African platform. There is a hospital in Matabele land.
Ola, I'm giving you 1 minute to summarize.
Yeah, there is a hospital in Matabele land. It's called Joshua Nkomo Hospital. I was there in 2011, farmer's daughter. I was there in Kumalo, a section called Kumalo, near those villages called Gweru. It was not operating. To this day, it's still not operating because the people of Matabele land must feel inferior to the people of, what do you call these things? Hey, you can name them there in Mashona land, who believe that Zimbabwe belongs to them. It's nonsense. We have sparked this conversation by chasing you away. And you need to have a real conversation in your country. And you need to hold your government accountable. ZANU-PF is the reason why Zimbabwe is dysfunctional to what it is today. And also thank your colonizer in the form of Margaret Thatcher, who made sure that these things are possible in your land.
Gola.
Thank you.
Thank you. Uncle Gray, are you there?
I come in, please.
Yeah, so
Nubian, wait, it's gonna be Uncle Gray, then it's gonna be Nubian.
The first thing I want to address.
Wait a minute, Uncle Gray. Nubian, you're gonna come in, and then Ubuyi, you're gonna come in after Nubian, then Mr. Mike. Uncle Gray, your 5 minutes.